Hi there and welcome to my channel. This project is part of the Altenew October release of the new stencils and washi tapes, and there's a beautiful designs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine a few of them to create a layout for a 12 by 12 layout. So I'm going to start by actually attaching a piece of the Calming Bouquet washi tape, and this is the one with the beautiful florals, onto a piece of smooth white cardstock. And I'm doing this because I want to take advantage of all those florals and fussy cut them to create the embellishments that are going to become the focal point of this layout. So once I have attached the washi tape, I'm going to take my time, and you're going to see that I'm going to show you one, but I actually did it outside of the camera, and I fussy cut quite a few of them. I think I even did extra that I was able to create a card with them. So again, I'm taking my time. I'm gonna detail the flowers by fussy cutting all the white area, and I'm gonna set them aside, and you're gonna see in a bit I'm gonna speed it up and bring them in. I fussy cut quite a few of them, I think too many. So my next idea is I'm gonna document a picture of my cousin and my goddaughter, and they're wearing pink. So to make the picture stand out, and actually the pink that they're wearing matches the ones of the flowers, so to make the stand out, I need to bring something that is going to anchor the page and make that kind of like I said, pop. And for that, I'm going to use the Gradient Lines washi tape. Is another one of the new releases, and it's black and white, so the black is going to make everything stand out really nicely. So again, I'm going to glue a piece of a 12-inch length piece of the washi tape onto smooth white cardstock, and then I'm gonna cut it to the width of the washi tape, and that's gonna become my pattern paper that's gonna anchor the entire layout. So now that I have that in place, you're gonna see that I'm taking off camera, I cut it. I'm gonna start building my layout, and I have this idea of having that piece that I created, that pattern paper with the washi tape as the anchor for the layout, and have the flowers kind of come in like kind of around it. So for that is I'm gonna use a piece of I'm gonna use marshmallow cardstock from Basil for the background, just because I'm gonna add a bit of mixed media. And you're gonna see that I'm gonna put the pattern paper, I'm gonna put the picture down, and I'm gonna mark with a pencil the areas where I wanna add the mixed media. And like I said, I'm thinking of a diagonal design. So now that I have that in place, I'm gonna bring the Honeycomb stencil. This is a new one it's one of the new stencils that is being released, and I'm gonna bring colors of inks that match that of the flowers and also of the paper. So I'm gonna use grays and pinks, and I'm using rose quartz, and I think is a moonstone. So what I'm doing is, my idea is to have that honeycomb stencil at the edges of the diagonal line that I'm creating, but I want them to kind of fade into the background. I just want a little bit of distress, so, and also to pick up the colors of what I'm using. So I'm starting with the pink towards the outside of the stencil and also of the layout, and then I'm gonna move it as I move towards the center of the layout. I'm gonna change the pink that I'm using into gray, and the combination is gonna give me a little bit of distress. And another thing that I tried was to not have the straight line of the stencil. I want more of sort of a distressed look for this. I just want something that is going to make the flowers stand out, and I don't want it to be completely white. I don't want that like a stark contrast between the black and white. So I thought a little bit of distress was gonna soften a little bit of the transition. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna do that to the top left corner of the layout, and also to the bottom right corner of the layout, which is at the areas that are marked with the pencil. Again, I'm starting at the bottom with gray ink, and as I come towards the outside of the layout, I'm gonna switch into the pink, and to finish this, and just to add to the distressed look that I'm trying to achieve, I'm gonna add a few splatters of the ink. And for that, all I'm gonna do is stamp the ink onto my stamping block, add a little bit of water, I'm using the Altenew water brushes. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to dilute it, and then I'm just gonna splatter onto the page. I did first with the pink, and once I was done with the pink, I went ahead and did it with graphite, which is the black Altenew ink. And then I'm gonna create those big splatters by just kind of squishing the brush really high and have those splatters fall onto the page. And after that, I set it aside to dry completely. I think you're gonna see only I'm still working on the background. It's just because I wanted to create that distress, but you're gonna see coming up how I created the splatters. And then I'm gonna set it aside to dry. Super simple, but I thought and this is not gonna show that much on the background, but it is gonna soften, like I said, it's gonna soften the contrast of the colors a little bit, especially from the white onto the black and white of the background, and also with the flowers. So you're gonna see now that I have everything in place, I'm just adding those big splatters using my water brush, and I'm gonna set it aside to dry. While that is drying, I'm gonna start working on you know how everything is gonna be set on the page. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and glue that big strip of pattern paper. And once I set it in place, I wanted something that was gonna make the picture stand out. So I decided to bring the Golden Dots washi tape. Again, this is one of the new releases. I'm gonna again attach it to a piece of smooth white cardstock, and then I am actually gonna use a piece of it to frame the picture, and that's just gonna bring enough, a little bit of the shine to make the picture stand out. And also, again, it's just because of the contrast of the gold and the black, it's gonna make the picture stand out from the page. I'm gonna add a little bit of foam adhesive behind this layer, just to make sure that there's different dimension on the layout, and also this is gonna bring the picture forward, so it's gonna be one of the first things you're gonna see. And I'm gonna set it onto the page, and now all you're gonna see me do is kind of play around with the flowers. Did it take me a little while just to have I'm gonna say the perfect placement of all the flowers, and you're gonna see that slowly I'm gonna build a diagonal line of the flowers. And like I said, I did play with where everything was gonna go. Sometimes even though it looks heavy, I don't mind it. I just wanted to take away some of the black and white lines. I like the pattern paper, and I love the fact that it's making everything stand out, but I want to soften it a little bit, and I think the flowers are gonna do that. So I'm gonna make sure that when I place them, I create you're gonna see that it creates like a soft S movement, and it's gonna take your eye through the entire page, and also through the picture, making it stand out. So now that I have everything in place, I'm gonna take it off camera and add some foam adhesive behind it. And then again, just to bring a little bit more of that pink, I'm gonna add one of the cardstock butterflies from Altenew, and then I'm gonna add the title. Because I used that Golden Dots washi tape on the background, I'm actually gonna bring some alphas that I have from my stash just to add this story. And the story is about how my cousin loves to dress the kids and herself in the same color or the same type of shirt. I have quite a few pictures of her doing this, and I love it because that's the same thing my mom used to do to my sister and I. So the title is going to be this story. I'm going to bring a few stickers from my stash that combine the black and white, and then you're going to see that I'm going to add a few accents of gold, a few hearts here and there, and then I'm going to add my lines to journal on the right underneath the butterfly. You're going to see in a bit that I'm going to draw some lines, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my black fine liner just to add my lines to journal, and that's about it. This was super simple. It was really fun to put together, and it combines quite a few of the things, not the things, but the goodies that are being released. There's 3 different types of washi tape. There is a stencil, and they all coordinates because Altenew products are perfect to mix and match. And I hope you try it. As always, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to give you a hand. Make sure you check this release, is amazing, and hop on to my blog to have a chance to win a gift certificate to the store. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.